Oh, I forgot coffee. Good evening, Carol and John shoppers. Welcome to Tuesday night. We have a full table as usual, and one fantastically upcoming event on Thursday. 2 days from now, we will have late night comics here at the shop. It will be relatively standard as far as filling up the entire store with as many dollar issues as we can fit on tables and the table and the floor. Back issues will be half off. But the most exciting part about it, and the super charitable, humble thing that we're doing, is, legitimately though, all of the dollar books that we have been selling this month, and that we sell during our late night comics this month, and that we sell for the rest of the month of August, the proceeds of all of our Dollar Shock are going to the 988 Lifeline hotline for suicide prevention. It is a very valuable and worthy cause. Please come to Late Night Comics like you were going to anyway, but spend a bunch of money and all of it on dollar books, and all of it will go to that wonderful organization and will help the people who need it. So that's very good. I'm going to launch right into it because we got a bunch of first appearances and a bunch on the table. Andrea's here after being in Sandusky to avoid power outage all weekend. John Cheer's here after going to visit some celebrities this weekend. I cleaned out a garage. And Kyle's been living without power like a caveman. So
yep.
Just got back this morning. So hope everybody's safe after the weird storm and then the weird outages. Nice to see you. Oh, no, I can't see you. Okay, a bunch of first appearances. First one, our only DC first appearance is Green Lantern number 14 is an Absolute Power tie-in. It is I have a cheat sheet. It is the first appearance of the Shadow Lanterns as a team. We've got X Factor number 1 from Mark Russell, which is super cool, with 3 first appearances. A first appearance of a character named Cameo, which is kind of funny, Zyber, and then a wonderfully conceived character named Granny Smite. That's Smite, not Smith. Ultimates, number 3 from Marvel, is the first appearance of Ultimate She-Hulk, and she's on the cover. Look at her go. It's a great issue, John. Venom War Spider-Man is the first issue in a 3-issue miniseries. That is the first appearance of the Arachniote. So it's like Symbiote, but with Arachna before it. And honestly, it looks awesome. Like, really awesome. Werewolf by Night is a Red Band number 1. So, bloody. Awesome. It is the first appearance of Elder Dorgana. Any insight on that one? I ain't cracked mine yet.
It's a culty vampire.
Ta-da. Okay. And then X-Men number 2 is the first appearance of a guy named Ben. It's true. His name is Ben Liu. I didn't read the issue, but he sounds like a cool guy. That's it. First appearances, a bunch of them. We are also going to get to our first book on the table. It's called Houses of the Unholy. I'll hold it up in a second. But if you purchase one while we have them in this initial order, you get a signed book plate because Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips are cool. What do you know? First book on the table, Houses of the Unholy by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, is a standalone graphic novel by them as probably one of the most celebrated creative teams in all of comic book history. They haven't written a bad page yet. This included, it's a story about a woman who survived the satanic panic outbreak, I guess, social situation in the 70s and 80s where all of pop culture was going to turn your kids into Satanists, and it really made for a weird way to live for a little while. She is currently an expert on deprogramming, but she doesn't like to say that, kids in cult situations now. So it starts off with a kidnapping and ends with her and an FBI agent investigating murders. It gets weird along the way, but it's super well written and super awesome. I can't wait to read the rest of it. I got through chapter 1. Very stoked. $25, beautiful hardcover. If you already had the Reckless hardcovers on your list from Image, then we gave it to you because we figured you're going to devour all of Brubaker and Phillips' stuff. Continuing with collected editions from Image, we have The Bloody Dozen, A Tale of the Shrouded College in paperback. That's a whole miniseries. I think they're going to do a couple of them. The new editions of Invincible are smaller, but just as jam-packed with entertainment. This is volume 4. Then we've got Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, number 3. This is the 1 in 15 variant, but your cover A is beautiful. I mean, they're both beautiful, but there's your cover A. Napalm Lullaby's cover A for number 6 is right there. And then they've got a 1 in 10 variant. next to it, who I cannot remember the artist for it. Is it Wes Craig? It's not Wes Craig. Anyway. Transformers, issue number 11. We're right in the middle of a story arc. There's a lot of guns being cocked in this one, which is kind of a good impending noise. There's your cover A. Our cover B's. Cover C is actually the 1 in 10 variant, so claim either one. Then we've got 1 in 25 variants, 1 in 50 variants, and this is awesome. If you follow the apps that we all follow, James Herron is bringing back Ultra Mega, which I'm super stoked about, but he did a cover of Transformers that is so hard.
It really is.
So good looking. Above that, we've got Geiger on issue number 5. It's spectacular. The cover's spectacular. It's wrapping up a very recent hard-hitting situation I was very invested in for a month. Number 5, cover B. And then the 1 in 50 variant is a shiny version of the cover B. I don't know how that was going to help. Precious Metal is on issue number 3 of their current miniseries from Image. And that kicks it off for Image. We got one reprint from Marvel, X-Men number 1, which is well-timed because it goes along with X-Men number 2 up further up the table. But we've also got the complete miniseries for Beware the Planet of the Apes in paperback. We'll go like that one, like we usually do. My bad. Also in paperback, Gang War, Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. Also has some material from some previous Free Comic Book Day books with Shang-Chi stories in it. Resurrection of Magneto's in paperback, so that's all 4 miniseries. Miles Morales, Spider-Man is on volume number 3, and that's all the Gang War story.
Ooh, that's tough to say.
I'm usually got it. I don't know. 2 epic collections this week. The first one is Daredevil Man Without Fear, Root of Evil. And the next one is a Venom Modern Era epic collection, and that's all the Space Knight stuff. So Venom in space. He finds his home planet. It's pretty fun. Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, beginning of a story arc. So this is part 1. He recently had some rough stuff going on in Blood Hunt. So we'll see how that plays out. Number 23, there's your cover A. Cover B is the Disco Dazzler variant. Miles is adapting so many new costumes, and they all work.
They do.
Ultimates, number 3, is really taking all these classic Avengers origin stories and kicking them into high gear. This one is no different. An island after an atomic bomb produces She-Hulk in a very weird way. So there's your cover A, and then 1 in 25 variants with that She-Hulk on it, the Ultimate She-Hulk.
Good first appearance.
It is a good first appearance cover. And Star Wars from Marvel this week is Darth Vader, number 49. There's your cover A. There's your cover B. And you know it's a big week with exciting stuff when Amazing Spider-Man is this far down the table. Amazing Spider-Man number 55 is a wonderful intermittent issue. They just wrapped up a huge story arc in number 54. So this is a classic Spider-Man story with a couple threads from the story arc prior. Not many. And then we got our disco variant for cover B. I like the tag up top over there.
Oh, yeah.
Cover C is your Disney variant. And then we got 1 in 25 by Cho. Immortal Thor is on issue number 14. There's your cover A. Here's your cover, B. Probably my favorite disco variant. Cover C. Disco Mjolnir.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's a freaking bedazzled Mjolnir. Big row for the resurgence of X-Men. Mark Russell is writing X Factor now as an ongoing series, which is awesome. For fans of X-Men, the X-Men resurgence in the mid-2000s, you will love this book, especially if you read some X-Force.
Yes.
It is a very different angle. All the X-Men books have had very good different angles. There's a little bit here for everybody. Easy to give away, really fun read. If you are following the X from the Ashes story arc, status quo, whatever, you will get a lot out of it, and it'll be very enjoyable.
There is a moment where a character does get booed, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, this book is very much about the popularity or the public image of mutants. So that's kind of cool. And 3 first appearances, so you can't go wrong. We've got variants. Disco Dazzler variant for cover B. Cover C is your logo variant. Cover D. Cover E is Scotty Young, which is hilarious. If you want to pause the video, it's all about their hair looking exactly the same. And then 1 in 25 variant and a 1 in 50 variant with Havoc. Great Facsimile edition, one that so many people have been looking forward to. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8 is the official first appearance of the Black Suit symbiote. This is where he shows up. It's all Peter Parker's fault. One of John Cheer's favorite comics of all time.
Yep. I mean, it is everything I want from a comic book. It is just all action, like good guys versus bad guys. At one point, Thing and Hawkeye play patty cake with Lizard. It's great in every way.
Yeah. Fantastic first cover appearance. Perfect choice for a facsimile edition if you only get one. And we got a foil variant. Look at that. On top of a 1 in 25, which I'm sure is super sought after for all you Black Suit fanatics out there. What do you know? More Venom. Venom More Spider-Man is the beginning of a 3-issue miniseries. Covers by Greg Land and interiors by Greg Land. Congratulations, Greg Land. We'll keep you around.
With that awesome arachniote.
Oh, yeah, the Arachnio first appearance is, honest to God, really worth the read, even with Greg Land's artwork. There's cover B, Stormbreaker variant, and then cover C with your jackpot. Vengeance of the Moon Knight. Moon Knight's back. He's taking his territory back. This is the beginning of that. We're on issue number 8. That's cover A, and our only cover, speaking of our only cover, Spider-Boy is finally interacting with the Spider-Verse. I will tell you, this is a very super-duper fun issue because it almost completely takes place in the animated 60s Spider-Man universe of Spider-Man. Super fun artwork.
Lots of pointing.
Characters, lots of pointing. Thank you. So that's cool. And then we're back to Venom. A Venom War tie-in. This is Venom ongoing series number 36 and a cover A homage, which is super fun. Also notable that it is an old man Venom story. This is his first cover appearance. He's been in a few issues prior, but boom. I think this is also an homage cover.
Flip it over.
So this is an actual homage variant cover for Marvel Comics number 1, which is kind of sweet, but featuring our favorite tongued symbiote. And then cover C is your Disco Dazzler variant. And then jammed in here at the end, we've got Wolverine Annual number 1 continuing the Infinity Watch storyline. There's your cover A. There's your cover B because there is a cool Nick Fury backup story. Hellverine's on issue number 4. It is the last in this current miniseries, but we all flipped through it and made sure Hellverine will return. I don't know if that's going to be alive, dead, on fire, whatever. I'm stoked.
More Hellverine.
More Hellverine. Bring it on. Make it fun. Another big number 1 for Marvel this week. I guess we're getting into the post-summer new comic season, huh?
Looks like.
Ultraman X Avengers is the first time Ultraman has ever crossed over with the Avengers. Awesome. There's cover A, there's cover B, and cover C, which is exactly what you want to see, is Fin Fang Foom fighting giant Ultraman. Late shipment from last week with Venom War number 1. This is the foil cover of Venom War number 1, so that 5-issue miniseries kicked off last week, and now you can get yourself a spiffy, shiny cover. X-Men number 2, the first appearance of that guy named Ben, is also a Wolverine Deadpool Extraction tie-in, so there's your cover A. J. Scott Campbell. Hear that, nerds? He drew magic. That's on cover B. Cover C is the Deadpool Wolverine Extraction cover. Cover D is your role-playing multiverse variant. And then 1 in 25 covers to boot. Well, look, another new miniseries. Spider Society is the natural next step in the Edge of Spider-Verse story. So if you're getting Edge of Spider-Verse, fear not. This is in your file. It is fun, just like the previous ones were. There are several background first appearances of Spider characters that would have taken us the whole video to go through. But here it is, number 1. And we've got multiple covers. Cover B is your Spider-Gwen cover. And cover C's got the whole cast and crew running to the left. Sensational She-Hulk, issue number 10. There's cover A, cover B, and cover C versus Aliens. And then another big row of a number 1. It is the beginning of a mini-series, which is cool because they've originally built it as a one-shot. But Werewolf by Night is an ever-popular cult classic Marvel character, and now we're treating him right with a red band edition. It is bloody, but they don't swear, which is okay. But you kind of think they would with the R rating. It's a classic. It's Jack Russell as Werewolf, and it is exactly what a red band promises you. There's cover A. These are a little hard to see, so feel free to look them up. There's a disco variant for cover B. Here's your cover C. I'm going to call it the Noogie cover because it looks like he's giving him a Noogie from what I can see. Mm-hmm. Cover D. Cover E is your Saturday morning connecting cover. Elsa Bloodstone also on that. There's a foil variant for $10 and a 1 in 25 cover also for you, Elsa Bloodstone. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 1 in 50 for $50. Also for you, Elsa Bloodstone collectors. Kind of a great cover. I saw the picture
Oh,
without the
it's
red band,
beautiful.
and it's beautiful with a sunset and stuff behind it. One kind of stray issue, Fantastic Four number 23. There's your cover A. I am going to read this one next, but I love Fantastic Four currently, so I can't wait.
It's still an excellent issue.
Why wouldn't it be?
Just so everyone knows.
Just so everyone knows. All right. Good to know.
Continuing to be great.
And then top of the Marvel table, it is the 50th anniversary of Iron Fist this year. Congratulations, Danny Rand. Clap. We've never clapped for one before.
50. You can kick and stretch.
Why are you so excited right now?
I'm doing a thing.
I've never.
It's not fun.
Oh, I don't watch TV. But this is exciting. John Dudas particularly loves Iron Fist, which is why we have 50 copies of this on the table. But it is a great conglomeration of stories. There are 4 stories in here. You got Daughters of the Dragon stuff. You got Luke Cage stuff. You got Heroes for Hire stuff. And multiple Iron Fist stuff, because the fist didn't just belong to, the power didn't just belong to one person. So those are your cover A's that I was holding up. David Aja did a cover B, right, Kevin? Yep. And then cover C by Kevin Eastman versus Sabretooth, which is super duper rad. And then one more 1 in 50 on the table with Iron Fist kicking like he's never kicked before. And I'm done.
Previously.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Iron Fist, for being 50.
And then we come to DC. And at the top of the DC table, it's finally back. DC versus Vampires, World War V. It is, if you didn't read the original series, that's fine. All you need to know is basically vampires have taken over the Earth, and there's 2 factions. There's Barbara Gordon's faction, there's Damien's faction, and in the middle of that, there's the remaining humans. And Barbara Gordon's faction and Damien's faction do not like each other. And one wants to kill the other really, really badly. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of dead vampires, some dead humans. Really great. If you like the original series, great pickup where the last one ended up. And if you didn't read it, great beginning to a new series.
It's got a fantastic hook of an ending.
Yes.
Fantastic hook of an ending.
Really good. There's your regular cover. Cover B, we have a 1 in 25 variant and a 1 in 50 variant. Next to that, Absolute Task Force 7 is on issue number 4. This one, more of fail-safe, going after everybody. More Nightwing, Tim Drake, that sort of stuff.
Also, much better than the previous 3.
Oh, yeah.
Worth saying.
Yes.
It is.
Andrea said it earlier, so I
Yep.
just wanted to make sure.
You guys were surprised.
Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age, issue number 3. It is Wonder Woman getting introduced in here, and it is fantastic. Death in the Family, Robin Lives, on issue number 2. Robin's in jail, or, oh, wait, no, he's not, because that's the way he works, and Jason Todd is still dealing with the fact that he was nearly beaten to death with a crowbar. Outsiders on issue number 10, a.k.a. Planetary. It's winding down its run. Green Lantern, the aforementioned, what were they?
Shadow Lanterns.
Shadow
who,
Lanterns.
If you're wondering, it's not the same thing as a Black Lantern whose emotion is death. Their emotion is sorrow.
And they're the backup story in this. The main story is Hal Jordan basically using a whole bunch of like villain stuff in Amanda Waller's like prison to get out of that prison. And it's fantastic. Regular cover, and then we have a 1 in 25 variant for that there. Actions on 1068, Gail Simone, Rainbow Rowell, 2 stories, still really good. This is Superman using all his powers, like his brain, his speed, his strength, everything to save Metropolis and the Earth. It's great.
That's cool.
Yeah. Regular cover. Cover B, awesome cover. Cover C, cover D by Wes Craig, and the 1 in 25 variant for that there. Gotham City Sirens number 2 of 4, and Punchline makes her way as the main villain in this so far, and it is everything you want from a Harley, Ivy, Catwoman team up where they fight Punchline. Fun. Just fun comics. This is what I want when I read like these types of things. I just want to be fun. And it is. So, regular cover, cover B, cover C, you got cover D. Cover E is that weird lenticular, wavy cover, whatever it is. And then we have a 1 in 25 variant for that one there. Yep. Superman Lost is in collection in trade paperback. Finally, it is all 10 issues collected. That white costume makes sense. It works within the book.
Hi. I'd like to talk to you about Superman Lost. We all waited a very long time for this trade paperback because the issues have a bit of delay in between, and it's so worth the wait. This is the most bleak, not bleak like you're going to be really sad, but like Superman can handle anything, and we've seen that time and time again for 85 years. But he can't handle a lot of this in ways that he's handled it before. So like if you want to see something new and different from Superman, this is your book. And I get that complaint all the time where it's like, oh, he just punches it, or oh, he just super speeds it, or he turns the Earth back in time. Whatever. This is not that. This is him really losing it almost. And it's spectacular. It's potent. It's such a good read. I can't wait to put this one on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm done.
DC's Facsimile is House of Secrets number 92, first appearance of Swamp Thing. What I didn't know, honestly, the main thing was there's an ad for the Aurora like custom builds. I didn't know Vampirilla had an Aurora custom build set.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Also, typically a $1,200 book in good condition, so come get it for $4.
There you go. Regular cover, spiffy, shiny foil variant. The blank cover, and then starting off with the Beetlejuice covers, there's going to be a whole bunch of these coming up, and Kelly Jones knocked it out of the park with this one. So good job, Kelly.
But why?
Why?
Because Beetlejuice is coming.
Beetlejuice is coming, yeah, and they own the property. So.
There's a lot of movies that come out and they don't do comic covers for it. Where were our Mad Max ones?
Oh,
Where?
That's a good question.
Just saying.
That is a good question.
Freaking Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Next issue, Batman and Robin number 12, Damian versus Bane. That's it, right there. Great. Regular cover, cover B, and a 1/25 variant for that one there. And then Batman Superman World's Finest. Somebody's Killed Simon Stagg. It's volume 3 of the series, and everybody thinks it's Metamorpho. All told in that. Blue Beetle Scarab War is volume 1, and what's cool is they put the volume 1 on the side. So, and then we get small press. Guilt Frame is Matt Kent doing a full-on murder mystery that's globetrotting. It ends in France. One of the last lines is, "How do you call 911 in France?" And the next line is, "Mon Dieu." So, yeah, and the reason they need to call 911, there's definitely a reason.
screwdriver in his head.
He does, and there's other things that are going on in there too. Ground Zero it's your education comic, and it's what happens when a nuclear bomb goes off, or this fear of a nuclear bomb going off, and it runs throughout the entire history of like nuclear power and nuclear explosions, Hiroshima, all that stuff, duck and cover, everything, and why we shouldn't have that anymore. So yeah, it's a cool little comic, and John ordered a bunch of them for whatever reason. American Psycho's on issue number 5. Tom Holland's Fright Night, Evil Ed Rising. It gets a new series. If you've been waiting for Fright Night to come out, because it comes out once every 8 months, we've got a new issue number 1 there. Rick and Morty is on Finals Week number 1, and that's cover A and cover B. Gone from Distillery by Jock. It's beautiful. It's Distillery. It's oversized. It's sci-fi craziness and wackiness from Distillery. 3 issues in a beautiful hardcover. This is like collecting those magazines can be a pain, but collecting these as hardcover in that size, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the way it should be done.
Probably.
Get out of the way.
I'm up.
All right, yeah, there we go.
I was told that Ben was going to buy a novelty hat for me to wear. When I say PeePee PooPoo number 1, which is actually the third number 1, because there was PeePee PooPoo 69, PeePee PooPoo 420, and now number 1 because they've run out of funny numbers. This is a silver sprocket book. It's $10. It's just like indie comics in here. There's one about a vegan donut shop. If I can find it, I'll show you.
Without giving away other stuff.
That asks the question, is poop vegan?
Oh,
So something to think about.
Comes from
and
an
there's
animal.
stickers in it.
Not
it's educational.
There's stickers you don't want your mom to have in it.
Yeah.
New trade paperback from Titan is the most recent Robotech Rick Hunter volume miniseries, all 5 issues. And then Defenders of the Earth is back from Mad Cave. They're bringing back Flash Gordon and Dick Tracy stuff too, so they've had great success with older properties. So here's Defenders. Woohoo. I'm really excited about Babs from Ahoy Comics. It's written by Garth Ennis. Yes, you heard me, Garth Ennis. And it is pretty farcical. It is funny, and it really pokes a lot of fun at Red Sonja and the like, where chainmail cannot be comfortable on your nipples, and she addresses that. Dragon hoarders are kind of fat. Like, it's fun, and it's not for kids. But it's bloody, and it's like your good witch and wizard fun time. If you like barbaric, you totally love Babs. There's cover A, cover B, cover C, and cover D with the black and white. Hey, speaking of barbaric, we're wrapping up the current mini-series for Barbaric Born in Blood. They're in issue number 3. One of my favorite series of the last couple of years absolutely wraps up with its 3rd paperback in the miniseries. It was 15 issues total. Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, Volume 3 is simply beautiful and weird and just makes you think about how you love stuff and how you would love stuff when the Earth was a molten wasteland. Rare Flavors from Ram V from the fame of Many Desolate Stars, same creative team. They put out their complete miniseries in paperback. We've got a reprint of Hello Darkness number 1 that came out last month and was very well received by us and the staff. It's a grouping of short stories that are each good and different and are going to have anthological movings on. Yeah, continuations. Thank you. We are out of cover A's for TMNT Night Watcher, the new miniseries from the Turtle universe, and we don't know. This issue does reveal to you who the Night Watcher is and what role they play in the Turtle universe. Right here is the 1 in 10 variant. If you'd like to get a cover A, please let us know. We will snag that for you. I will say this about Johnny Quest. I did not read it, but I did read part of it, and it is awesome. It is an absolutely updated Johnny Quest story. It is dealing with themes that we have fun with in current comic books that Johnny Quest has not touched in an age. We're looking at time travel and space stuff, a little bit of sci-fi mixture. There's a jetpack or 2 in here, but it looks like it's going to be a super, super fun series from Dynamite. And then we're getting in all ages stuff. I'm going to hold this one up because this is really fun. The Marvel Incredible Records book is a DK book. Absolutely all ages, very accessible, super stylized and fun and graphic. But it's like, do you want to know how many pounds Captain America can bench press? Do you want to know how fast Quicksilver can go? Do you want to know how many eggs Captain Marvel's Flurkin cat can lay on her spaceship? Do you want to know how much money Dr. Doom owed Power Man so that he traveled all the way to Latveria to slap him? It's all in this book. It's all in this book. So
I was reading how hot Vision's forehead beam gets.
Oh, yeah, see? It's all that silly stuff, stats and statistics, basically a D&D character primer. Dupe is a plush.
He exists.
And then we've got a good little smattering of Secret Wars and Doom books to go along with our really fun Robert Downey Jr. announcement at Comic-Con. So if you ever missed out on Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, the classic story, or Jonathan Hickman's kind of reimagined, updated in the continuity of the Marvel Universe Secret Wars, or the Doom one-shot that came out last year that was 100% awesome, feel free to browse our selection there. Rocco's Modern Life has a collection in paperback that's newer stories. I can't remember if they were in issues or not, but I think it's just a complete Rocco's Modern Life collection. Speaking of complete collections, they've been doing Nightmare Before Christmas comics for a while, and now we've got like a big old, a nice thicker hard paperback of them.
It's the film in comics! Exclamation point. So, yeah.
Okay. I see that.
Yeah.
They see it too because they're on video. They're watching it.
Yes.
Wonder Woman has a new young adults graphic novel from DC for young Diana. And we've got the same thing for Spider-Gwen, just a collection of all-age safe stories. From Free Comic Book Day this year, there was a one-shot for Unico the Awakening, the very capable unicorn who's going to handle it themselves. We've also got Two Tails for a kid's graphic novel, Bendy, which looks really weird. Really weird. Lilo and Stitch has a original graphic novel that came out a couple weeks ago, but they forgot to send it to us, so now they fixed that. Sir from Boombox is a story about high school kids who join a motorcycle jousting group, which is like the thing in their world. That's like their motocross, their sport, their X Games, if you will. New issue of Primer from DC, issue 2 or 3 for Clashing Colors. And then really exciting, Spidey and his amazing friends also always have a free comic book day or Halloween Comics Fest book. And now we've got an ongoing all ages series in single issue for your kids to pick up. What's super fun about this book is, yes, it's very much like the cartoon where it's Spidey and his friends and they adventure, but it's in easy pickup comic book form, and it's got activities on the inside that further the story. So you've got like a, what do the footprints of the rhino look like so Spidey can find him? And then you figure it out, and then you go find the rhino. Awesome. Great idea. Super happy to end the video on that note. Do you guys have anything to add?
Come out Thursday.
Come out Thursday. Help us support the 988 charity drive with our dollar books. Clear us out of dollar boxes. That's what they're there for. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you then.